looking at the Raider Gym in Middlebury. The Riley Wildcats didn't take my advice and stay off the bypass. They came on over to come calling on the Northridge Raiders tonight, and that's our matchup in our midweek 46 game of the week. How you doing, everybody? With the Hall of Famer Bob Nagel, it's Chuck Freeby. Craig Heatherly joins us courtside tonight. The Riley Wildcats have been riding the struggle bus, whether it's on the bypass or not. They lost 3 in a row after we saw them against Marion, but they got off the struggle bus last week against Rushville, and Alex Daniel feels like his team is headed in the right direction.
I think he is, Chuck, and he's counting on his guards to really initiate the play. And veterans like Demarion Spann and Isaiah Robinson have to play really well tonight. They're getting some help inside from Arjan Williams, but this is a team that needs to work the ball inside and take advantage of their height and athleticism on the boards.
Meanwhile, Northridge comes in here with a record of 2-1. They lost on opening night to Valpo, no sin in that. Since then, the offense has really been clicking for Scott Radiker and the Raiders.
Well, guess what? They like to shoot the three. What a surprise for Scott's team, but they're doing it, and they're doing it well. Micah Hochstetler is an outstanding leader on this team. A couple of big guys inside. Blake Jacobs and Caden Mack have been able to really team up inside when they're unselfish, when they pass the ball and get those rebounds. They got to limit Riley to one and done.
The former Mishawaka star Craig Heatherly joins us courtside. And Craig, Bob mentioned Northridge shoots the three. They don't have just 1 or 2 guys that do it. They have 10. Riley's defensive oriented, but how do you stop that?
You know, Chuck, that's a great question. You know, as a coach, you've got to pick your poison. Do you defend the three, or do you worry about the big fella on the inside? I'm really curious to see how Coach Daniels is going to pressure the three-point line with active hands and force those shooters into decision makers to limit easy touches on the inside for Jacobs.
Always a great atmosphere here at the Raider Gym. We're looking forward to this one. Hope you are too. We've got a lot to talk about, including our Jordan Automotive keys to win, and it's all next on this edition of the 46 Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by Intera Credit Union, Bill's Heating, Jordan Automotive Group, TCU, Wolverine Mutual Insurance, Crown Trophy, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, St. Andrews Products, and the IHSAA.
And this edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. Welcome back to the Raider Gym in Middlebury as we count you down to Riley and Northridge on this weeknight. And it's time now for Jordan Automotive keys to win. We'll start with the Riley Wildcats, who come in with a record of 3-3, led by their outstanding point guard Isaiah Robinson, who leads them in scoring, assists, and steals. The 6'1 senior has scored in double figures in all 6 games. He'll get some help in the backcourt from Demarion Spann, the 6' senior, averaging a shade under 9 points a game, couple of games in double figures, including a 14-point effort against John Glenn, and he leads the squad with 11 three-pointers. The keys to win for second-year coach Alex Daniel and the Cats.
But the most important thing, Chuck, is to shadow the shooters, and Northridge has lots of them, so they have to get out on the three-point shooters. Got to handle the pressure. The Raiders will guard you, they will trap you, and they'll go all night long. And you can't settle for jump shots. You got to bump and grind your way to the hoop. And Alex Daniel, now in his second season, 22 up, 10 down, and he is really willing to share his concerns about Northridge.
They love to shoot the basketball, and they got a lot of guys that can do it. They play fast, so contested three-point shots, being able to rebound the basketball, not turning the basketball over. They do a good job of getting up in you. They're not the most athletic team, but they play really hard and force you into some things. So we got to do a good job with that.
Meanwhile, the Northridge Raiders have all kinds of balance on this team. If you're looking for inside scoring, then Blake Jacobs is your man. 6'4 senior, averaging 16 points and 7 rebounds a game in double figures in all 3 games. Really good around the basket. If you're looking for direction from the point, Then it's Micah Hostetler, the 5'11 senior, has been in double figures all 3 games, leads the team in assists, really good at driving to the basket, scoring 11 points a game. The keys to win for Scott Radiker and the Raiders.
They got to keep the ball in front of them, Chuck, and tell you, we got to watch for the loud passes over the top, and they got to respect everything Riley's going to try to do in the paint. Got to box out and rebound, find a body, put a body on them, and then look for those long offensive rebounds, which can come from those 3-point shots. They got to be strong with the ball. Take it to the hoop. They got to find a way to score inside. Scott Radiker in his 21st season as head coach, and he really respects the talent of this Riley Wildcat team.
Yeah, great basketball team coming in. They've been playing good basketball, played a good schedule. Very athletic, can get up and down the floor and attack the rim and attack the boards. It's going to be a great challenge for our guys tonight.
Those have been the keys to win, brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. The tip-off between Riley and Northridge is next on 46. And this edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Intera Credit Union. We get it, and we've got it. And we've got starting lineups for you, courtesy of Bob Nagel.
Well, thank you very much, partner. And the Riley Wildcats will go with this lineup. Devarian Fountain will start at guard. He wears number 4. He's a 6-foot senior. Alongside will be Isaiah Robinson, also a senior, 6'1". He wears number 11. Asian Williams will start at forward, number 23. He's a 6'5 senior. Jamal Robert is going to get a start tonight. 6'3 senior. He'll play at a forward. Also playing in the backcourt is a junior, 6'2", number 15. That's Caleb Francis in that starting lineup for Riley. Now for the Northridge Raiders, Micah Hochstetler will start at the guard. He's a 5'11 senior, wears number 11. Number 12 is Nolan Bales. He is a 6-foot junior. He'll play guard. Number 20 is Caden Mack. He's a forward. He's 6'4" and a senior. Blake Jacobs, big man inside. Number 23, he is a 6'5 senior. Play the forward along with Malachi Campbell. Campbell's a 6'1 senior. Wears number 32 in that starting lineup for the Northridge Raiders.
The two coaches, Alex Daniel and Scott Radiker, getting together before the game and doing a little bit of chatting. Alex in just his 2nd year as a head coach, while Scott Radiker just his 4th year at Northridge, but his 21st overall. Not much of a series history between these two teams. It only goes back to 2008. Riley leads the series 8-6, despite Northridge winning in a game that you and I witnessed in person last year over at Riley when Northridge won it 61-54 on a cold January night. And the officials for this one, really good crew of local officials. We've got Brandon Rogers, Jimmy Arnett in the middle, and the legendary John T. Walszewski on the right. Tell you what, IHSA always looking for more officials. Jimmy's in charge of the St. Joe Valley Officials Association. If you want to get involved in any sport, contact him. He'll get you started.
Good point, partner. And folks, it's time for our introduction of the uniforms. St. Andrews Products brings you a check on the uniforms for this game. Northridge Raiders are the home team. They're wearing white uniforms with green and gold trim. The Riley Wildcats are the visitors tonight. They're wearing blue uniforms with gold and white trim as well. These teams are looking good, and so can your team. St. Andrews Products has the finest apparel as well as promotional products. Reach us at sales@standrewscorp.com.
Riley Wildcats taking the floor, averaging 56 points a game, but holding opponents to just 52 a contest. Northridge now comes out. They're scoring 69 points a game, one of the best scoring offenses in the area.
Be interesting to see what kind of a pace we have going, especially early in the ball game. But ready for that opening tip. Here's my partner, our TV 46 sports director, Chuck Freeby, with tonight's play-by-play.
A.J. Williams jumps for Riley. Blake Jacobs for the Northridge Raiders. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and they'll redo the jump. The good news is the clock didn't move.
We'll get her started again, won't we?
Jimmy Arnett, John Walszewski, and Brandon Rogers talking this one over.
think they're saying there should be a couple of seconds off that clock.
Well, we'll redo it like the first one never happened, and we are underway in Middlebury. Riley with the ball. Cats are 3-3 on the year. They were sectional champions a year ago. That's Isaiah Robinson tried to thread it down low. It goes out of bounds off Northridge. It'll be Riley ball. Looked like it got a piece of Malachi Campbell there underneath.
Yeah, the Ridge got a hand in there, tipped it away.
Inbounded to Robinson, who spins and wins with 2. Isaiah Robinson gets Riley off to a nice start. Here comes Northridge, 2-1 on the year. Lost to Valpo, wins over East Noble and Angola. Blake Jacobs posts down low, working on A.J. Williams with the left hand for 2. Jacobs, who always seems to play well on TV 46, gets the Raiders started.
Well, it's nice when you talk about key players and they both score in the first minute of the game.
Makes us look good. Jamal Robert for 3, ring it up. Robert, the 6'3" senior, hits his 4th three-pointer of the year. Back comes Northridge. They're not shy either, but the shot missed by Caden Mack and the rebound by Robert. An electric pace to the opening stanza as Robinson goes in with the scoop for 2. And Riley quickly opens up a 5-point lead. Hochstetler on the dribble. Robinson hawking him. Malachi Campbell. Now Nolan Bales. Here's Hochstetler with the teardrop. Micah Hochstetler, back from a high ankle sprain injury which kept him out for most of the football season. Gets 2 points here at 7-4, but nobody's stopping Robinson, who drops it off to Caleb Francis for 2. And early on, Riley is just punishing Northridge with penetration.
Hitting 4 of their first 4 shots, partner, and that unselfishness inside going to be really effective for Riley if they can keep that up.
Hochstetler, nice bounce pass underneath, and then a foul called on Riley will send Caden Mack to the line for the first time this season. Free throws sponsored by Southwind Flooring as you get another look, number 46 replay.
Ruli's of Middlebury is proud to support Northridge Athletics. Ruli's is a family dining Italian-American restaurant and offering a full menu including pastas, entrees, and pizza. Visit them at rulispizza.com or in Middlebury across from the high school. A big thank you goes out to the team at Ruli's for feeding our TV crew tonight, and they say go Northridge Raiders.
Caden Mack's a 6'4" senior. You'll meet him at halftime. One of our TCU Student Athletes of the Week, has really improved his shot over last season, and he hits both free throws to make it a 9-6 game. Northridge will go to its bench. Jethro Hochstetler comes in. And you will see people coming off the Northridge bench like it's Plains at O'Hare. They will play 10 or 11, no problem.
Guy Radiker likes to try different matchups, see how Riley's going to match up.
Little trap in the backcourt, and Spann got it to Robinson. Robinson goes right to work. There's Caleb Francis, and an over-the-back call on Blake Jacobs will send Francis to the line for free throws sponsored by Riley High School Athletics. Here's another look. Early on, I really like the way Robinson is distributing the basketball, but he's able to do so much with his quickness. And Francis, a beneficiary early on, is now 4 of 5 at the line this season.
First missed shot of the game for Riley.
Caleb, also on the football team, hits the second. And it's a 4-point Riley advantage. Bales got clipped from behind by Spann, who is called for the foul.
First on Spann. Second team foul. Yeah, I like the pace, Chuck. Up and down.
Outside, poked away. Here comes Robert all the way for the layup. Jamal Robert with 5 points early to lead the Cats. And they're doubling up Northridge. Jacobs banging down low. got double teamed. Robinson with the steal. Riley on the run. Robinson all the way for 2. Scott Radiker wants timeout. Riley has erupted in the opening 2:49 of this one. Isaiah Robinson has been everywhere. Jamal Roberts been soaring and scoring, and it's Riley 14-6 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Bill's Heating, keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. Tell you what's uncomfortable right now is Northridge, because Riley is making them that way with the way they're hawking down there on the post.
Riley 6 out of 6 from the field, 1 out of 2 from the line. Northridge has only gotten 3 shots so far tonight because they've had 3 turnovers. And when you talk turnover, you think, well, we made a mistake. Well, really, they're steals by Riley. They're forcing the issue.
Bales brings the ball up court, guarded by Spann. Jacobs with a nice spin move, and he got hooked on the ground. Will be before the shot. I think they're going to call this on A.J. Williams. That would be his first. There you see Alex Daniel on the sideline, sectional champion last year, a Yorktown and Ball State grad.
Jacob has some strong moves inside.
His footwork has always been solid, but I think taking football season off and focusing on basketball has upped his game a little bit. Bales misses the 3, but there's Jacobs missing. Battle for the loose ball comes to Northridge. Bales needs help and gets it from Mason Bales. Down low, it's Jacobs again. Spun and lost it out of bounds, tipped away by A.J. Williams.
A couple of nice offensive boards in there for the Raiders.
And again, Northridge goes to its bench. Micah Hochstetler checks back in for Nolan Bales. Jordan Weaver in the game now. He wears number 10. Inbounds pass, and the 3 is drained by Mason Bales, and the 6-foot freshman is now 4 of 6 from three-point range this season. His dad, the former Plymouth basketball coach, now the athletic director here at Northridge. Robinson kicks it back outside. Good hands by Robert. Pull up from the wing is off the mark, and then over the back call on Caleb Francis. First miss of the night for Riley. It took him 3:55.
Tell you what, Robert made his first 2 shots, including a 3-pointer, and he wants to take that shot, Chuck. You know, he wasn't in the starting lineup earlier this season, but he's earned that look and wants to stay there.
Marvin Schindler checking in for Riley, the 5'5" freshman. Hochstetler brings it up for Northridge. The younger Bales gives it off. Good ball movement, and Jacobs goes in strong for 2. We are seeing some excellent passing from both sides in the early going. Robinson had the ball kicked out of bounds. No, off of Williams. It'll be Northridge ball, but take another look at the ball movement here by Northridge.
Outstanding, and again, very unselfish, but they got a nice game plan going. Watch the backdoor cut here. There it is.
Tic-tac-toe.
Yeah, very nice.
Should have been a hockey assist given out there. Hochstetler down low for Blake Jacobs. He is just determined, but he will not get it to go. A.J. Williams the rebound. Schindler to Robert for 3. Ring it up. Jamal Robert with 8. He only averages 6 a game. He's got 8 in the first 5 minutes. Mason Bales off to the left side. Spann the rebound. Riley on the run. Schindler fouled from behind by Malachi Campbell. Jamal Robert has come out. You talked about him wanting this shot, and he is taking it with confidence tonight.
He really is, and we always talk about how good the Northridge Raiders are to shooting a 3, but man, Riley's 2 for 2 from 3-point range tonight.
And again, Riley will go to its bench. Sharon Chisholm checks into the game now, as does Malik Richardson. So maybe knowing how Scott Radiker uses his bench more liberally, forcing Alex Daniel to go a little bit deeper on his.
Well, in the pace of the game so far, I mean, people are going to get tired out. It's going to be fun.
Schindler with a runner that's off the mark. The rebound to Richardson. And now a tie-up on the held ball. Alternating possession will go to Northridge.
Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dream. Visit their showroom in Chipshawana or online at southwindflooring.com.
Inbounds pass to Hochstetler and right back to Jonas Steiner. No trouble getting up the court, and Caden Mack buries the three, his 8th of the season. And just like that, Northridge is back within 3. Chisholm on the outside, drives baseline and drew the contact. Question is, who will Brandon Rogers assess the foul to? It's going to go to Jonas Steiner as you get another look on the 46 Sports replay. Steiner will try to say he went straight up, but if you looked at the arms, they were roofing a little bit. Chisholm, a transfer from Washington, goes to the foul line for the first time this year. And Sharon hits it, the senior averaging 2.5 points a game. Jacobs checks back in, taking Steiner's place. Sharon only 5'6". Very good student, 3.7 GPA. Missed the second. 4-point lead for Riley. Jacobs on the outside. Goes one-on-one against Williams. Bales. Again, Jacobs. Bales spun, might have traveled. Jacobs had it knocked away, or is a foul called? It looks like Brandon Rogers is going to whistle a foul. If that's on Williams, it's not. It's on Robinson, his first.
Chuck, we talked about one of the keys is being strong with the ball, and Northridge has had to be because Riley's in there reaching. Riley's forced 4 turnovers already in the ballgame.
Span checks back in for Riley. Jordan Weaver, Jethro Hochstetler, and Mason Bales re-enter for Northridge. Nolan Bales triggers the inbound to Jacobs. And it's poked away by Chisholm. Here comes Riley. 3 on the way by Schindler is good. Marvin Schindler, the 5'5" freshman, with his 13th three-pointer of the year. At the other end, Weaver found Nolan Bales, blocked from behind, but a foul called on Riley, and it'll send Nolan Bales to the line for 2.
Riley Wildcats, 3 out of 3 from three-point range so far tonight.
You get another look on the 46 Sports replay, and you make the call at home. They called the foul on Malik Richardson, his first. Nolan Bales, 4 of 4 at the stripe, and the transfer from Plymouth falls victim to the announcer jinx. Nolan, a junior, averaging 7 points a game. Also runner on the cross-country team. Hits that one. 21-15 Riley. And an over-the-back call against Jordan Weaver of Northridge.
Pretty good scoring pace for this early in the ballgame.
You just wonder if they can keep up at this frenzy that we've seen here in the first quarter.
Well, I know both coaches and their teams are not gonna give up.
Well, Scott Radiker told us flat out before the game, we won't back down.
Nope.
And they've been going full court pressure throughout this one. Chisholm in the corner for 3. That's off the mark. And the rebound off Richardson and out of bounds to Northridge.
Chisholm feeling it there. He thought maybe he could knock down a three.
Micah Hochstetler works his way all the way down to the baseline and finds Jacobs. Chisholm, did he take it right away from him? Jimmy Arnett says held ball, alternating possession to Riley. It's another Northridge turnover forced by the Cats.
Been a big part of this first quarter. A little bit too much time in the lane there, trying to put on move one and move two, and give credit to Riley. They hung in there and got the steal.
Schindler. Oh, Spann thought about that three, then realized he was in a different town.
Different county.
Spann puts the dribble down. Schindler for three. Oh, that's pure. The freshman with 6. It's a 9-point Riley lead, their biggest of the night. Jacobs double teamed, and a hack is called on Damarian Spann, and that's his second. Take another look at the 5'5" frame of Marvin Schindler from the holster.
Man.
And he knew it before it splashed.
Well, they talked about him at the game we did a couple of weeks ago, Chuck. They talked about what a terrific young man he is, a freshman. But a very confident player, and he's got the three.
Blake Jacobs, the big fella, 6'5", senior at the line, shooting 60% for the season. The free throw sponsored by Southwind Flooring. The only question is it 1-1? Yeah, it's 1-1, not a 2-shot foul here for Jacobs. And he hits the first. Jacobs has been in double figures all 3 games. Leads Northridge in scoring with 16 a game. He has 6 here in the first quarter. He'll come out, and Jonah Steiner checks back in. Riley by a touchdown.
And you know, 17 points in a quarter is a pretty good amount of points.
That's right at Northridge's standard, but the fact of the matter is Riley has played terrific team basketball here in the first quarter. Lots of contributions from different folks. Here's a drive down the lane by Jamal Robert, and he already has 10. This crowd somewhat stunned at the athletic display by Riley. Hochstetler had it stripped away. Out of bounds it goes to Northridge.
There might have been a little contact inside there, but no call.
And Steiner will check out. Jacobs coming back in. Scott Radiker almost doing offense-defense substitutions here in the first quarter.
Especially when you're down to just a few ticks and you don't want somebody to pick up a foul late in the quarter.
Inbounds play to Campbell. Bales, Hochstetler, you see the clock. Hochstetler, deep three. Wouldn't rattle home. Campbell can't retrieve the rebound as the first quarter comes to an end. And what a frenetic first quarter here in Middlebury as the threes were flying. Caden Mack dialed one up, but so did Marvin Schindler for Riley and Jamal Robert. And the Cats lead at 26-17, headed to the second on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you by Wolverine Mutual Insurance, protecting you and your family for generations. The Northridge Band entertaining the crowd between quarters. Time now for a Bills Heating Sideline Report. Craig Heatherly, what you think of that first quarter?
A tremendous pace of play on both ends. Both teams are benefiting from taking high percentage shots. They're shooting layups and threes and getting to the free throw line. As a coach, that's what you want to see. I'm curious to see how both teams keep up the pressure here, especially Northridge's pressure that's leading to easy baskets for Riley.
Craig, that was more like a college pace in the first quarter. No need for a shot clock in this one, Bob, because you look at the stat numbers here, a lot of shots going up.
Yeah, I'm even dumbfounded looking at the number here. Riley was 10 out of 13 in that first quarter, including 4 out of 5 from three-point range.
Nothing like a little 77% shooting to get you started.
Northridge was 5 out of 12 from the field. They did hit 2 out of 6 from three-point range.
Micah Hochstetler turns and shoots and hits. Micah now with 4. Second quarter being brought to us by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. Here's Schindler. That one rattles out, and Jacobs with a strong rebound.
Good-looking shot.
At the other end, Caden Mack short on the 3. But he followed his own shot and tipped the rebound to Hochstetler, who feeds Jacobs. And he got bumped on the way up.
Rebounding favoring Northridge. Northridge with 8 rebounds, Riley with 4.
Call the foul on Jamal Robert. It's his first. You'll get a look at it here on the 46 Sports replay. Boy, not a lot of contact right there.
Not a lot of offensive rebounds for Riley. Why? Because they're making all their shots.
Yeah, when you only miss 4 times, it's tough to get rebounds. As Jacobs hits the first, and you see Jethro Hochstetler check in for Jonas Steiner. Jacobs leading the way as he usually does for this Northridge team. He now has 8 points tonight.
It's a good start.
Riley lead whittled to 5. Robinson directs traffic. Schindler open for 3. He couldn't hit that one, and the rebound comes to Northridge. Jethro Hochstetler. Now Campbell in the corner. That rattled out, and a strong rebound for Richardson. Cats on the run, but a little too far for Jamal Robert.
Folks, Imagineering Finishing Technologies is a proud supporter of high school sports in Michiana. They know all about teamwork as they provide components for the aerospace industry, as well as medical, automotive, military, and defense. IFT is excited about the future and very proud of its past, celebrating over 60 years of excellence. At IFT, quality is a way of life.
Floor camera operator Matt Kowalski tells his mom he's okay. Micah Hochstetler with the layup there. Micah with 6. And the Raiders start the quarter with a 6-0 run. Robinson, can he thwart it? Yes, he can. Isaiah has 8. At the other end, Bales for 3. Off the mark. Northridge has not been that accurate from three-point range tonight. Can Riley take advantage? Robinson kicks it outside. Chisholm's 3 finds a home. Sharon Chisholm with 4 now. And the Cats lead back up to 8. Micah Hochstetler in the corner rattles out, and Robinson the rebound. Riley doing a pretty good job on the defensive boards, and Robinson goes by Coastal for 2. My goodness.
Who is this team? Where do they come from?
This is not the Riley we saw 10 days ago.
No, it is not. And I like the way it looks.
I will say Marion had a lot to do with that, with their defense. Bales lost the handle. Jacobs for 3. And Northridge is surged down to a stone-cold picnic outside.
Northridge just 2 out of 7 here in the second quarter. Riley 3 out of 5.
Robinson tried to find Williams, but Hochstetler with the interception. And Bales with a good save. Hochstetler went behind the back and drew the foul from Chisholm, who shows excellent sportsmanship to help him up. Raiders go to the bench. Cam Radiker, the coach's son, number 3, checks in along with Jordan Weaver.
Cam Radiker did a good job with the JV game. Riley's JV team won the preliminary game, 77-58.
Peyton Baird checks in for the first time tonight for Riley. As you get a good look at Micah Hochstetler, one of our student athletes during football season. He was the quarterback at the start of the season for Chad Epley's team, wound up coming back, working his way back, and was able to play in the state championship game for Northridge. What a great recovery for him, and he made a point of coming and saying hello to both Bob and myself before the game. Nice to see him up and moving and performing again on the court.
Worked really hard to rehab after he had a knee injury the year before and then an ankle injury this year.
When you talk to him this year, he was on the scooter. Here's A.J. Williams nestling one home. That's his first basket of the game. The 6'5" senior only averages 3 points a contest.
Another country heard from.
Riley with its biggest lead now at 10. Hochstetler, they ran a clear out on the left side, and he took advantage. He's got a height differential over Chisholm, and he's taking advantage of it. 10 points now for Micah. Baird will shake and bake.
There's a battle going on down low, and there's going to be a foul call, I think. Looks like it's being called on Weaver.
A.J. Williams getting a little frustrated with all the contact under there. Didn't realize that Jimmy Arnett had called the foul already. It's on Jordan Weaver. That's his second. And Riley not yet in the bonus. Only the 15 foul called on Northridge.
Six players in the scoring column for Riley, 5 for Northridge.
Williams charges.
Easy, sir. Easy there, young man.
That was as much a frustration foul as anything.
Yeah. Yeah, he got bumped in the previous possession. This time he bumps a little bit back and gets called for it.
Radiker with the right hand down the lane will go to the line as he's fouled by Peyton Baird. Cam Radiker, only a freshman. Still averaging 3 points a game. Very good outside shooter. 0 for 1 at the foul line this season.
Baird picks up his first foul. He's just a sophomore. These guys going to see each other again.
And Cam misses the first. I know his mom, Robin, is very excited because Cam wearing the same colors in high school, green and gold, as Scott, his dad, wore on his high school team back in New York. Second free throw is good. It's a 35-28 Riley advantage. Robinson, Robert. Now the drive up, no good by Richardson, and the rebound comes to Caden Mack. Northridge hanging around. They just haven't been able to get over the hump. Maybe Radiker can get him there. He took a deep three, couldn't hit it. Then Jacobs goes over the back, and he'll be called for the 16 foul. And the second on Blake Jacobs. So Scott Radiker with a decision to make here with 2:59 to go in the first half. And the decision's pretty simple. He's taking Blake Jacobs out.
He is. Folks, Riley High School was honored with the PLTW Distinguished School Recognition for the 2019-2020 school year. The PLTW Recognition Program is designed to honor districts and schools committed to increasing student access, engagement, and achievement in their PLTW programs. These districts and schools are empowering students to thrive in an evolving world and have achieved exemplary results from their PLTW programs.
I don't know how you did that, because that's the longest possession we've had all night. For you to get that in. And Robert will be going to the line after a push-off called here against Northridge.
Timing was perfect, partner. Sometimes you're just lucky.
Jonas Steiner called for his second foul, so now Northridge has Weaver, Jacobs, and Steiner all with 2 fouls each. Jamal Robert going to the line. He is only a 40% free throw shooter. And as a team, Riley only hits 59%, so that could be an issue as this one goes forward tonight. Indeed, Robert misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Campbell had it taken away by Jamal Robert. Another Riley steal. They've had a ton of them here in the first half.
That's 8 turnovers in the first half for Scott Radiker's ball club, which is not something that they are akin to.
Alex Daniel needs a timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:24 to go in the first half. Riley and Northridge huffing and puffing. Cats up by 7 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Indiana High School Athletic Association, partnering with TV 46 for over 30 years. Chuck Freeby, Bob Nagel, Craig Heatherly back with you in Middlebury. 35-28, Riley on top of Northridge.
Folks, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are their most valuable product? Well, now's your chance because Rush Corps is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the Rush Corps family and getting the $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit rushcorps.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
Off the 1-3-1 zone, misses by Richardson and Robinson, but the third shot by Riley goes in as Robinson now has 12. Bales on the dribble outside. He's been held without a field goal here in the first quarter. Campbell has not been on the scoreboard either, and he's a guy that averages 9 a game. And without Jacobs down there in the post, it really forces the three-point shooters to hit, and Mack can't do it that time. Jamal Robert with a little pull-up from 14 that rattles off. Rebound loose on the floor. Baird went down to get it, but then he rolled over, and that's called traveling. But Craig Heatherly, I want to go to you for a Bills Heating sideline report. We talked before the game about picking your poison and getting out and guarding the shooters. Well, we've definitely seen Riley be able to guard both the perimeter and the post tonight.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, you had mentioned earlier, Chuck, that you're surprised that Northridge isn't knocking down the three at the clip that they're used to. I think it's got a lot to do with Riley's athleticism. Look how far out on the perimeter they're pressed up against those guys, force them to be uncomfortable.
And Caden Mack physically uncomfortable right now. The trainer overlooking at him at the end of the Northridge bench. Meanwhile, great feed underneath to Malachi Campbell for his first basket of the night. Nolan Bales with the assist. Final minute of the first half. Riley working against the 1-3-1 zone, and it results in a Northridge steal. Bales stopped underneath and had to get it back outside after great transition defense by Riley. And a loose ball here goes out of bounds. It'll be Northridge ball.
Our sincere thanks to the wonderful team at St. Andrews Products for supplying our broadcast team with the finest in apparel. They can do the same for your team, school, or business. Promotional products, advertising specialties, business gifts, and so much more. Call us at 1-800-628-9922 or visit the website at sales@standrewscorp.com. If you have questions, our answer will be yes.
So they exchange basketballs. During this COVID era, you will see the ball come out now and then when it gets a little sweat on it to disinfect it. Inbound to Campbell. Now Jacobs back in the game with those 2 fouls. Hochstetler for 3, airballed it, and here come Robert and Riley. Robert all the way down but missed. The rebound put back up by Baird, no good. Robert with a fadeaway that's short. And Campbell was knocked out of bounds by Baird with 0.4 seconds on the clock. No, Campbell was out of bounds himself. And so Riley will have a chance to just try to tip it in here with .4 left. They want to try an alley-oop here. And there's all kinds of commotion over at the scorer's table and confusion. Alex Daniel yelling at his team. He needs that ball lobbed towards the rim. He understands with .4 you have no time for a catch and shoot. Instead, they didn't throw it to the rim, and Robinson's heave goes awry as the first half comes to an end. With Riley leading 37-30, the team's headed off to the locker rooms. We'll go downstairs for a Bills Heating sideline report. Craig Heatherly has the head coach of the Riley Wildcats, Alex Daniel. Go ahead, Craig.
Coach, going into halftime up, what are your thoughts?
Well, they make you play pretty fast, so we got to do a great job. I thought early we made really good decisions in transition and in the half court when they're pressuring us. I think we got a little tired, and our guards got to sustain that and continue to make good plays, reverse the basketball when we can as well in the half court.
You're on the road up 7. What's the message to the team at halftime here?
Be consistent. We've had multiple games where we come out in the third quarter and been really bad. People have gone on big runs, so we got to continue to be consistent, come out like a 0-0 and keep playing our way.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
All right, thanks a lot, Craig. What an electric first half here in Middlebury. But the Riley Wildcats have been soaring and scoring early on, and they lead Northridge 37-30. The Mary's Match Be the Match halftime report is next on 46.
And welcome back to our TV 46 game of the week between Riley and Northridge as we get a chance to visit with our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. Well, from their respective schools, a couple of fine representatives, and we really had to have these guys with us. Caden Mack is with us from Northridge High School. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
Sounds good.
All right, we want to spend a moment with Adrian Williams from Riley High School. And Adrian, congratulations on what you're doing in the classroom as well as on the court and in track.
Thank you.
Talk about your involvement with track. What events you're on?
I'm on high jump and long jump right now. And I'm going to try to do the 400 too.
Any relays for you?
Nah, not for me, no.
All right. Talk about what it takes to get that done. You're involved in 2 sports and still handling your academics. You got to really have time management skills.
Yeah, you really got to manage your time, especially playing sports, because as a student athlete, you know, homework is first, being a student comes first, so you got to find a way to make time to get your work done and all those other things.
Talk about what you want to study in college.
I want to become an electrical engineer. Yeah, I'm undecided on college yet, but I know what I want to do.
You would like to kind of play at the next level too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would like to play at the next level. Yeah.
Great. Congratulations on all you're doing. Give a shout out to the people that matter in your life.
First of all, I would like to thank the Most High for this opportunity, and my mom, my dad, everybody that supported me and got me into playing sports.
That's great. You got a good team at home and a good team here. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Adrian Williams from Riley High School, our student athlete of the week. Caden Mack is with us from Northridge High School, and Caden, congratulations. You're a one sport guy, but that keeps you busy all year, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's very busy, especially summers and the falls when we're getting ready for the season to start, and then obviously in the season it's very busy with all the games and practices every day after school.
You'll spend a little time in that weight room too, right?
Definitely. We go every morning, Monday through Friday before school. It's a 0-hour class.
You really got to be disciplined. You know, you're going to have times when the rest of the guys want to go for a pizza, and you got to say, no, I got a paper to finish. I mean, your academics come first.
Yeah, the academics definitely come first. I have to sometimes skip out on even team events to just go finish homework and make sure that I can get everything done. And thankfully that doesn't happen very often, but the homework and the essays or the tests definitely come first.
That's a good background for you in college. What do you want to study?
I would like to study business administration, possibly go into sales somewhere.
What a good idea. We wish you the best of luck with that. You got a good team at home. Give them a shout out.
Yeah, definitely. My mom and dad always supported me. They've taken me to everything up until I could start driving, and my grandparents helped back them up the whole way.
They're going to be here tonight to root you on?
Yes, they are, all 4 of them.
All right. Well, Caden, congratulations. Good luck in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Caden Mack from Northridge High School and Asian Williams from Riley High School, our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you, go online at tcunet.com. You find out how you can become a member today. We're back with halftime stats and highlights in just a moment. You're watching the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This edition of the 46 Game of the Week is being brought to you in part by Crown Trophy. They're nationally known and locally owned. The Mary's Match Be the Match halftime report continues here in Middlebury with Riley leading Northridge by a count of 37-30. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel high above the fray. Your hands must be getting worn out trying to write down the numbers here in this first half.
It's been so much fun because, you know, the stats always tell the story in one way or another, and it will here because Northridge, for the first half, 2 out of 13 from three-point range. Not going to get it done. They are a good three-point shooting team, and they got to stick with that approach. But how about the free throws? They were 10 out of 12 from the line. Riley only went there 4 times, made 2 of them. So there's some different things going on, different approaches by the teams. But well, I tell you what, up and down the floor we went, all kinds of highlights.
Plenty of highlights to show you from the first half of this one as the Riley Wildcats came out and they were able to set the tempo with their defense early on. Jamal Robert had a very strong first quarter, wound up with 10 points in the stanza, including a couple of three-pointers. Northridge immediately went into comeback mode. Mason Bales, the freshman, with a nice speed here, and they wound up getting it to Blake Jacobs underneath. He had 8 points in the first half. Jacobs then trying to work outside, but had it poked away by Sharon Chisholm. He brings it down to the other end, and Marvin Schindler, heat check for 3. He had 6 points in the first half with a couple of three-pointers. Northridge would work the ball pretty well. When their passing was on, it was really good. Here's Bales to Malachi Campbell for 2. But there was too much Riley in that first half, and especially you mentioned the shooting percentages. First of all, look how bad Northridge is, but look how good Riley's is.
Yeah, 5 out of 9 from three-point range, but 56% in the first half on 15 of 27. Rebounding favoring Northridge, but they're also leading in turnovers, which is not good. But check the big difference is that shooting percentage for Riley. Can they keep it up in the second half?
Well, you heard Alex Daniels say in the interview with Craig Heatherly, you got to be consistent. So can Riley come out and keep that tempo going in the third quarter, or are the Raiders ready for a comeback? We'll find out. Third quarter action comes your way from Middlebury after this. You've been watching the Mary's Match Be the Match halftime report on TV 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Imagineering Finishing Technologies, IFT, where quality is a way of life, and a way of life for us are Bill's Heating Sideline Reports. Easy for me to say. Craig Heatherly is courtside. You talked with Scott Radiker. What kind of adjustments is he going to make?
Yeah, first and foremost, Coach wanted to instill a ton of confidence into his guys shooting the basketball. He knows those shots are going to go down, just wanted to keep them confident. The other thing he wanted talked about was driving into too much traffic. And what I mean by that is when they're dribbling the basketball, they're bringing a lot of bodies to the basketball and turning it over. He wants them to look at better opportunities to drive the ball to be more successful in the offensive end in the half court.
Yeah, they were able to run some clearouts with Hostetler late in the first half, and those seem to be effective.
Yeah, I think Craig makes a good point, too, or what, Coach had to say. In other words, if we're going to penetrate, let's do it by passing the ball and not dribbling, because when they dribble, they collect 3 guys defensively. But they had some great backdoor passes, some diagonal passes that were effective. So I certainly see what Scott Radiker's saying. But, man, they came out, maintenance guys came out and put in the big rims here for the second half. But I've never seen the Northridge Raiders have a quarter like that where they were 0 for 8 from three-point range in that second quarter.
Well, and that's the thing. This is a team that shoots the ball 36% for the season from three-point range, but in their last 6 quarters, they're 8 out of 42. That's less than 20%. You're not going to win a lot of games that way. They got fortunate against Angola. Riley has upped the ante here tonight.
They certainly have. One of the things about the Cats, too, is when they've broken the pressure, they've kicked the ball out for threes, and I'm thinking, once you break the press and you got a little bit better numbers, when they've been patient, when they've had those good passes, especially early on, they've been able to get the easy score.
Third quarter being brought to us by our friends at Wolverine Mutual Insurance. Riley with the basketball in a 7-point lead. Isaiah Robinson double teamed and couldn't find the open man. Blake Jacobs ahead to Malachi Campbell, and he draws contact on the way up. Right away, you see one of the adjustments that Northridge has made. They're pressuring the basketball.
And Malachi did a nice job of getting that ball up off the basket, off the backboard, because I think if he had stopped, it would have been a common foul. Now he's got a shooting opportunity.
Fouls on Caleb Francis. That's his third. Here's Campbell, a 67% free throw shooter. And he hits the first. Malachi has really improved his shot. He's always been kind of guy who can take a guy off the dribble, but this year has become a much better outside shooter, averaging 9 points a game. And again, full court pressure offered by Northridge. They're going to make Robinson just give up the ball. Make other people pass and beat him. And there's 2 shots missed underneath by Francis, but what a play by Robert to steal it back. Here's A.J. Williams. Now Spann. Spann finds Robert for 3. He has hit 3 of those tonight. And Jamal Robert with a career-high 13.
And he's not done yet.
Far from it. Nolan Bales short on the shot. Tried to draw the foul. Here's Robinson racing the other way, and nobody got in front of him. Isaiah with 14, and Scott Radiker calls timeout. I can tell you what this timeout is. This timeout is, if somebody doesn't get in front of Isaiah Robinson, he's going all the way to the basket like he just did.
And like he should when that opportunity is there. Folks, TCU is a better banking experience for you, where you get the latest in technology and you're never too far from a friendly face. Discover the TCU Advantage. Become a member today at tcunet.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
I mean, he changed lanes with no turn signal, but that was about it.
Well, out here they have lane changing going on with horse-drawn carriages, which is a nice aspect of this community.
Hey, there's more high school basketball coming your way on Friday night on TV 46. We'll be at the Cave in Mishawaka, the Heatherly stomping grounds, as Concord takes on Mishawaka in a Northern Lakes Conference clash. You can see it Friday night, 11, Saturday morning at 9 on your home for high school sports, TV 46.
Well, I will try to put Craig back in the uniform.
Wouldn't be the worst move. 6:37 to go, third quarter. Northridge finds itself down 10. Malachi Campbell finds Micah Hochstetler. Good man-to-man sticky defense here by Riley.
Very good, very intense.
And look at Schindler right there.
Northridge trying not to settle for a three-pointer.
Bales with a good move down the lane, but he had it stripped away. Just what you were talking about, Bob. When they dribble instead of pass, they've been in trouble. Robert dropped it off behind the back, and Robinson picks it up for 2. Isaiah at his average with 16.
Where have you gone, Mr. Robinson? Well, I'm right here under the basket. Drop me the ball, I'll put it in.
Campbell open for that foul line jumper that's off the mark. Williams went up and got the ricochet, then dropped it off the back of Robinson's leg. Spann from the shoe tops with a 3. That's unbelievable. Damarian Spann with his 12th 3 of the season. Now Northridge trying to get an open shot. Blake Jacobs goes inside strong, and he got the bucket of the bump. Fouled by A.J. Williams, and that's the third on Williams.
There's a much-needed basket for Northridge.
Jacobs will go to the line, shooting free throws sponsored by Southwind Flooring. Blake in double figures now with 10. Big 6'5" senior. Just on the front end of the old-fashioned three-point play, and Hochstetler called for the foul.
That's not a very good call. I love you, Jimmy Arnett, but Hochstetler had a piece of that ball long enough to have been a jump ball. They wrestled with that ball for quite a while before the hand went up for a foul.
Meanwhile, Riley trying to build on a 13-point lead. And a long three is misfired by Spann. Here comes Northridge the other way. And a foul called on Riley. That's on Jamal Robert, his second.
Folks, Riley High School's Computer Science and Engineering Magnet program has been a leader in South Bend for STEM education for the last 15 years. We offer a wide range of dual credit AP and college level computer science and engineering courses designed to prepare students for their careers in STEM and beyond. We connect students to internships, colleges, and jobs that prepare them for careers in their chosen field.
Bales misses, but Jacobs is there for an offensive rebound. So Blake Jacobs now with 12. Schindler. They work it around to Robert. Pretty good patience being shown here by Riley against the zone defense. Robert's three is good. Jamal Robert with his fourth three of the night. He has 16. And a steal. Here comes Spann the other way, 4-2. And this crowd in Middlebury, which is used to roaring, has become very quiet indeed. Finally, a backdoor cut, and Micah Hochstetler is able to lay it in for two. He has 12, and a travel called on Schindler. He was surprised to turn around and see Mason Bales there.
Jacobs has had a nice run here, scoring 4 points in a row. They're gonna cut into it. They get the ball inside to Hochstetler like they did. Jacobs.
And Jacobs on the inbound. Bales with a heat check is off the mark, and the rebound comes to Robinson. Isaiah all the way for two.
Nobody got in front of him?
Nobody has the speed to do it. Oh, Robert sends that one like a volleyball spike into the court. Weaver follows with a three. Jordan Weaver with his first points of the night, only his second three-pointer of the season. Robert, sure, why not? He has 19.
There's a sign up here in the gymnasium that says no smoking. Robert not taking any attention to that. He's en fuego.
Greg Heatherly just about left the gym. Greg, your thoughts on the shooting of Jamal Robert tonight?
It's you know, as a coach, you go into these games and you game plan for a player like Robinson. How do you keep him out of the paint? And then every time a player like 24 just steps up and steps into a big role and makes a big play. And gosh, he's been phenomenal to watch today.
He was 3 for 11 from three-point range coming into this game. And he's going to be keeping the game tape of this one forever.
He's taking really good shots, too.
Yes, he has. Micah Hochstetler with the bucket and the bump, and Micah will go to the line for free throws sponsored by Southwind Flooring.
5 out of 5 for Robert from three-point range in the ball game. Southwind Flooring, the perfect foundation to your dream. Visit their showroom in Shipshewana or online at southwindflooring.com.
Hochstetler with a career high 15 tonight. But Northridge still trailing by 13. They'd love to get this down to single digits by the fourth, but that won't work. Damarian Spann now has 7. Just terrific team basketball by Riley tonight. They have really shared the ball well.
Spann's done a nice job. All 7 points here in the second half.
And the other thing is the defense. They've held a team. They have held a team that is scoring 69 points a game, one of the top scoring teams in our area. As you see the list there, Penn leading the way. But Northridge, 69 points a game. They've held them to 44 here. Well below their pace. Jacobs up and under, but blocked by Robert. Outside shot is misfired by Jethro Hochstetler. And then we've got an over-the-back call against Northridge. That'll be on Micah Hochstetler, his second.
Jacob got a good location inside. Couldn't get a clear shot.
We've done a lot of Riley games over the years. This is one of the best performances I've seen them have.
This is a fun thing to see.
Robinson with the left hand there. He has 20. On the outside, it's Jethro Hochstetler. Can't get it to drop. Those threes are just not falling for Northridge. And we've got a tie-up on the held ball between Robert and Hochstetler. And on the alternating possession, it'll go to Northridge.
Our thanks again to Ruli's of Middlebury, proud to support Northridge Athletics. Ruli's is a family dining Italian-American restaurant offering a full menu including pastas, entrees, and pizza. Visit them at rulispizza.com or in Middlebury. They're right across from the high school. And a big thank you to Ruli's for feeding our TV crew tonight. Did a great job. Thank you. Go Northridge Raiders from the family at Ruli's.
Mason Bales missed the three. Marvin Schindler missed the layup. Nearly a foul by Chisholm. Instead, Micah Hochstetler missed the left-hand layup. Gets it back after the steal and scores. That play was made by the freshman Mason Bales. But it's Hochstetler who gets the basket, and then a palming violation called on Spann. So Northridge still fighting hard, even though they're down by 15.
A couple things that they may be putting a little bit of their hopes in, and one is foul trouble for Riley, although it's not severe yet. Riley's got to be a little bit careful.
Meanwhile, Caleb Francis checking back in for Riley. Francis wearing 15. Here's a three by Campbell that's off the mark. Spann, and this time he was fouled. Or is a timeout called? It's a timeout called by Riley with 1:06 to go here in the third quarter.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies continues to be the industry knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Our 3 Indiana locations are involved with supplying process components for aerospace giants, including the latest developments for Boeing and SpaceX. At IFT, we're like the teams in this game tonight. We're always working toward a great finish.
His name is Jamal Robert, but they may want to nickname him Noah because he's done a lot around the arc tonight, as he has been burying three-pointers left and right in this gym. And Jamal Robert is 5 for 5 from three-point range tonight. He has a career-high 19, and he's one of the big reasons Riley's up by 15 in this game.
Has a couple of deuces to go with that. He's had one free throw opportunity. It's about the only thing he didn't do tonight, but boy, you got to give credit. Head coach Alex Daniel, he's got a group out there tonight that wants to play, and it really starts with not Johnson, but it starts with Robinson, who's been able to get to the basket.
A reminder, Saturday is a big day of college basketball in the state of Indiana. The only place to hear both games of the Crossroads Classic, 103.1 FM. Butler and Purdue get us started at noon, and then Notre Dame and Indiana at 2:30. What a doubleheader. Here are all the action on your home for Big Ten basketball, Pulse FM. Damarian Spann brings it up for Riley. Marvin Schindler on the outside. And the quickness of Riley has just bedeviled Northridge tonight. Schindler couldn't convert there. Jacobs the rebound. Campbell open for three. It's short. And you can just see the lack of confidence right now in the threes for Northridge. Not the case for Riley. Marvin Schindler for three. He has 9. But Northridge is just not used to having this many hands in their face when they shoot three-pointers, and they can't find any openings in the passing lanes as well. Robinson, what a move. And he laid it off the glass, but an over-the-back call here on Francis will be his 4th. That's the one area where Northridge may be able to creep back in this game, is they're going to have an awful lot of chances to go to the foul line here in the second half.
They did a good job in the first half, hitting 10 out of 12 from the charity stripe. You're 3 out of 4 rather here in the second half so far.
So Northridge trailing by 18 will bring it up. You see the clock, bottom right-hand corner of the Intera Credit Union scoreboard. Micah Hochstetler on the dribble. Hochstetler all the way in, missed the shot. Jacobs couldn't get the tip. Third quarter comes to an end. A third quarter that showed all kinds of intensity on the sidelines and on the floor. But Alex Daniel doesn't have a lot to complain about as we go to the fourth. His Riley Wildcats, led by that man, Jamal Robert, lead at 64-46 on 46. This edition of the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by St. Andrews Products, providing quality apparel to the PGA and to 46 Sports. We go downstairs for a Bills Heating sideline report. Craig Heatherly, what's impressed you the most? And there's been a lot to be impressed with about this Riley squad tonight.
Yeah, you know what? Their ability to make plays and hit the right person when they're open. Their decision-making tonight, led by number 11, has just been elite. And that's the reason why they're up so big. They're just taking great shots. Curious to see if Northridge continues the pressure that's allowing Riley to get baskets. There's going to be enough possessions left in this game. Hopefully Riley misses a few shots.
That's what Northridge is hoping, but Isaiah Robinson, who wears number 11, has certainly been in control in this one. He has 20. Jamal Robert with a career-high 19. But they've had other contributors as well, Bob.
You certainly have, and as a team, they're 26 out of 44 from the field through three quarters, 10 out of 15 from three-point range.
Well, that's 67%. Their overall field goal shooting is almost 60%. You will win a lot of games doing that.
Yes, you will.
10 three-pointers sounds more like what you expect out of Northridge, quite frankly.
It's just amazing for what we saw in the scout reports and all the homework we did.
2-3 zone here by Northridge. But that has just invited Riley to do that. Marvin Schindler now with 12 points. The 5'5" freshman is now 16 out of 32 on threes this year, and a travel called against Northridge. And everybody in green in this gym is stunned right now, I think including the head coach, Scott Radiker.
Well, we had heard a couple weeks ago about how good Schindler has been in practice. He didn't play real well against Marion that night, but seems to playing with that confidence they talked about.
Yeah, he's confident, all right. That's a career high 15, or excuse me, his career high is 16 against Jimtown, but 15 for Marvin Schindler. Jacobs with a nice spin move draws the foul on Malik Richardson.
Folks, wouldn't it be great to work for a company where their employees are their most valuable asset? Well, now is your chance because RushCore is hiring. They have production positions available in a team-driven environment with excellent benefits that include medical, dental, and a 401k. To learn more about joining the RushCore family and a $1,000 sign-on bonus, visit rushcore.com. That's RESCHCOR.com.
Blake Jacobs free throw sponsored by Southwind Flooring. As you see Cam Radiker check back in. Jacobs with 13 points tonight. He averages 16 a game. 1 of 2 on that trip to the stripe. And Riley with their most impressive performance of the year. Remember I said they were riding the struggle bus in the open? That bus broke down. Span misses, but Robert is there for the pogo stick putback. He has 21.
Couple of people with career highs tonight for Riley.
12 of 18 from three-point range now for the Cats. Jacobs inside misses. Robinson battled for the rebound. Schindler goes all the way. Missed the layup. And the rebound out of bounds off Micah Hochstetler. It'll be Riley ball.
He missed that shot. Schindler did because he was too close. What a performance.
25-point Riley lead as the Cats look to go to 4-3 on the year. Northridge looking as though they'll fall to 2-2, heading into a key Northern Lakes Conference game with Goshen Saturday night. The steal and the score by Jordan Weaver. Weaver now with 5, and that's his average.
Now goes a turnover, but lost outside edge there, as you would see in hockey.
Schindler's 6-3. That's a career high 18 for Marvin Schindler. Jacobs underneath. At first you don't succeed, try it again. But my goodness, this shooting performance by Riley tonight has been epic. Robinson all the way in for 2.
6 out of 8 three-point shooting for Schindler. Well, between he and Robert, they have been unbelievable.
And he's only a freshman. Micah Hochstetler with the basket. Will take a timeout with 5:21 to go. Riley running away, leading 77-53 now on 46. This edition of the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Jordan Automotive Group. Simple, easy, stress-free, which has been a description of the night for Marvin Schindler from the outside, Bob. He may only be 5'5", but he can dial long distance.
13 of 19 from three-point range for Riley. Meanwhile, for the Northridge Raiders, 3 of 23 from three-point range tonight.
And that right there is the story of this game, folks, because that's 30 points.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's a stunner in a lot of ways.
Scott Radiker was very confident coming out of the Angola game that the shots would drop. Well, in fact, even after being 2 of 14 in the first half from 3, what did he tell Craig Heatherly? The shots are going to drop. They haven't.
No, they will. This is a very good potential three-point shooting team, but boy, Riley's gotten out on them. They've denied some shots, put a lot of pressure on the shooters.
Well, here's the thing. Northridge just flat out doesn't have the speed that Riley has. And there's no way that you, in a practice, can show what Riley does. And for Riley, the trip they made to Rushville, I think maybe helped this team bond a little bit. You know what? They went to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame down in Alex Daniels' old stomping grounds. And I think that was really good for this Riley team. Schindler's human. Wait a minute. Schindler is human. He missed the 3. At the other end, Hochstetler with the air ball. Cam Radiker. And And here's Bales inside, can't get it to go. Schindler got the rebound off the floor. Here's a three on the way by Chisholm. Sharon with 7. The 14th three-pointer of the night for Riley. 3 on the way for Radiker is offline.
14 out of 20.
Robert, the pass goes right to Robinson for 2. He has 24. What a performance here by the Riley Wildcats.
Robinson 6 out of 6 in the second half from the field.
That's because all the shots he's taken have been right underneath the basket. I talked to Alex Daniel about that trip to the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame before tonight's game.
Surprisingly, I think it meant a whole lot to him. I was kind of, didn't know how they would react to it. To me, it means a lot. I'm a North Central Conference guy, Muncie Central guy, so the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame means a lot to me and seeing that. So they were really appreciative of the opportunity, and we really enjoyed our trip.
And since that visit, Riley's 2-0.
Playing like Hall of Famers.
Indeed. Campbell misses the inside shot, but got his own rebound back. And a foul is called on Riley, which will send Northridge to the line. Peyton Baird called for the violation. Free throws coming up, sponsored by Southwind Flooring.
St. Andrews Products is celebrating over 30 years of serving corporations, high school, and colleges, as well as the PGA Tour. Proud to support the new American Dunes Golf Course in Grand Haven, Michigan, providing resources for the Folds of Honor mission and providing scholarships to veterans and their families. Let us help your cause. Reach us at sales@standrewscorp.com, where your expectations become our standards.
5 points now for Malachi Campbell. Make it 6. And it's an 82-55 Riley lead. The reserves are in for the Cats. Schindler with another one. His 7th three-pointer of the night. To say he's feeling it is an understatement. 3:04 to go in this one. Riley by 30 on 46. This edition of the 46 Game of the Week brought to you by TCU, empowering members for 90 years. They're federally insured by the NCUA. A 30-point lead for the Riley Wildcats here in Middlebury tonight. I don't think anybody would have predicted this. And Marvin Schindler, having the game of his life, missed the layup there.
7 out of 10 from three-point range.
What's your line? I'll do the math on that.
I'll tell you what, it's just, yeah, thanks.
Malachi Campbell with the bucket and the bump, and he'll go to the line for free throws sponsored by Southwind Flooring.
The amount of points, obviously, that Riley has scored tonight has been phenomenal. They've still got 3 minutes to go, but the backups are in there. But I'm just stunned. But, in Northridge isn't awful. I mean, their point total is well behind, but they're over 50 points. But, man, I tell you what, you talk about running into a buzzsaw. Riley gave him that tonight.
Campbell makes the free throw. Steiner will check in. We'll have a little open debate here about the player of the game. You want to go with Jamal Robert or you want to go with Marvin Schindler? My vote would be for Robert, and here's why. James Boyd didn't play tonight. They needed somebody on the front court to step up, and Robert has had a career high with 21 points and also a ton of rebounds, as Chisholm will go to the line for Riley High School.
And you think about what he did defensively tonight.
Yeah, I think from the start of the game, I really liked Robinson's ability to handle pressure, take care of the basketball, get himself and others involved.
Well, and he's got a career-high 24.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, probably whoever you grab in a blue uniform tonight,
I'll grab them both.
is going to be worth chatting with as Chisholm hits the free throw. I mean, he's got a career-high 8. Three-pointer up and good by Caden Mack, who now has 8. 86-61. Schindler, you know he wants to hoist it. I would too. Hey, if I were having that kind of night, step across half court and let it fly. Oh, he wanted to.
Partner, what'd you say?
There it is. He has 24, his 8th three-pointer of the night.
He heard you talking about MVP. He wants to get back to more votes.
And Caden Mack says, well, let's work on the scoring average here. Timeout called as the ball got away. But, I mean, this has just been a shooting exhibition by Schindler, and he knows every one of them's going in.
Yeah, he's heading back up the floor, which normally you say, hey, follow your shot.
Now, follow my shot? Why? It's going through the net, coach. There it is again. Not that time. Here's Richardson short on the shot, and the rebound comes to Northridge. Cam Radiker.
I think we've got history here tonight, partner. I don't think we've ever had a game where 4 players had their career high in the same game.
4 players on the same team.
Yeah.
Northridge, under a minute to go. Radiker had it blocked away by Peyton Bear. Here's the thing, Northridge is going to wind up pretty close to their scoring average.
Yeah.
But the 89 is not going to help the defensive average.
No. But again, it's just hard to say that Northridge has had an awful game. They've done some good things tonight, but you can't stop Robinson. You can't stop Schindler. You can't stop Robert.
And here's the thing. With all due respect to Goshen, who's having a great season, they're going to be 5-1 after beating Clay tonight. Schindler, at that time, the shot hit the side of the backboard, and it'll be Northridge's ball. And Chisholm goes over and tells Marvin, okay, you might be done. But with all due respect to Goshen, who's 5-1, they don't have speed like this Riley team. They do a lot of other things well. They move the ball. They're a veteran presence. They'll present different challenges to Northridge on Saturday night. But if Eric Gaff, who was in the gym tonight, is watching this for St. Joe, he's like, whoo, we got trouble on Friday night.
There's going to be a lot of people see this score tonight. So you got to be kidding me. But get a chance to watch it. You're going to appreciate what these Riley Wildcats have done. They've shown Chuck what unselfish play and discipline can do, and then finding the open shooter and letting them knock it down.
Well, that's the other thing. You have to have unselfish play if you're going to get 4 guys to career highs. Free throw sponsored by Southwind Flooring for Wyatt Zepp in the game, and Zepp misses them both. Sherrod Chisholm nearly lost the ball out of bounds. Then wound up looking Marcus Haynes-like. Google it. And it's all over here from Middlebury, where Riley has beaten Northridge 89-64. A lot to talk about on our post-game show. Maybe a lot of people to talk to. And we'll do it after this on 46.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by
An explosion went off tonight in Middlebury, an explosion of 3-pointers by the Riley Wildcats, who walk out of this gym tonight with a 25-point victory over Northridge, 89-64. Chuck Freeby and Bob Nagel stunned high atop the Raider gym in Middlebury. We've seen Riley play. You've seen him play for now 40 years. I've seen him play since I was in high school. That's 40 years ago, sadly. You'd have to harken back to the days of Eric Ford.
Oh, yeah.
For an individual who shot like that, I don't know that I've ever seen a Riley team shoot like that.
Riley team was unbelievable. 59% from the field, including 15 out of 25 from three-point range. Now, that's just, you know, you don't see that in major college. You don't see that in the pros. They were just on fire, and they stayed with it. They believed in each other. And this is a very close-knit group, and I agree with you, Chuck. I think what Coach said about their trip was very binding as a group. And tell you what, you know, when it came down to trying to figure out who's the MVP. You had about 6 choices here tonight for Riley.
He had 4 different players get career highs. It wasn't necessarily the leading scorer, though. James Boyd did not play tonight for Riley. Coach pulled him out of the lineup on the way over. And I thought Jamal Robert really did a great job of stepping up in the front court, so we selected him as our player of the game. He's standing by now with Craig Heatherly.
All right, we're here with the player of the game today. Jamal, congratulations. What does it feel like to win a game like that?
It feels good coming off of we had a 3-game losing streak, so to come on the road and get a good win with the team, all playing good, it feels great.
You came into this game, it looked like with a ton of confidence. You're averaging 6 points a game. You take some really good shots. They go in. What are you thinking?
I thought I was Reggie Miller. What
do you love about your teammates?
We all together. Like they encourage me to do what I do. So, good teammates, great team.
Now going into halftime, you guys had a pretty comfortable lead. What was Coach Daniels' message to you?
Push forward. I mean, he didn't want us to get too comfortable, and we can't get comfortable with a team like this, so we have to keep pushing forward.
All right, with the player of the game here, Jamal, congratulations on the win. Back to you, Chuck.
All right, thanks a lot, Craig. And on a night when Steph Curry breaks the all-time record in the NBA for individual three-pointers, how appropriate that Riley comes out here. I don't know that they planned an homage to Steph, but it was Curry-like the way they were hitting threes.
I'll tell you what, December 14th will go down in the annals of great games in Riley High School history. This is a very good team from Northridge, and again, they didn't shoot very well tonight, especially from three-point range, but they did score over 60 points. You say, well, we had a pretty good night. Well, wasn't good enough tonight. It will be as the season goes on, but I'm just so excited about what Riley's done, and certainly Alex Daniels, head coach, deserve a lot of credit.
Riley now 4-3. They've got St. Joe in an NIC game on Friday night. Goshen has to bounce back because Saturday night they go over to the Goshen Gymnasium and take on a 5-1 Redhawks team. That should be an exciting NLC opener. Our thanks to our TV46 crew who worked hard today to get this one set up, led by our producer-director, Dean Korsmo, and the rest of these talented men and women that you see their names on the screen. A reminder, we've got more high school basketball coming your way on Friday night when the Concord Minutemen take on the Mishawaka Cavemen in the NLC opener. You'll see it Friday night at 11, Saturday morning at 9. And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on the Book of Faces, Twitter, and Instagram, and we give you high school and college updates throughout the week. Now from our broadcast partners, Hall of Famer Bob Nagel and Mishawaka's Craig Heatherly, it's Chuck Freeby with the final score, Riley 89, Northridge 64. So long from the middle of Middlebury.